Welcome everyone to day 338 of my journey to 2000 ELO. Took a couple day break here, so we're gonna jump into a rapid game. Granted, I have not warmed up a whole lot, but I'm on my lunch break and I want to fit in a quick rapid game here, so let's get started. Okay, we get the white pieces against the 1950 from France. Looks like it'll be an Indian setup. A little bit differently though. Maybe not, because they played e6, not d6. Okay. I don't want to play this setup. I'm not going to take too much time here. I'm going to go knight f3 instead of knight d2 first. Now I guess I'll create some Luft just to be safe. We'll see what they do with these pawns. But this is nothing too crazy other than they went with the fianchettoed bishop. So yeah, part of me thinks to just grab space with c4 now and go knight c3. I guess the only issue there is that they can hit me with c5. So maybe let's start with knight b to d2. And we'll see what they do with their pawns, because I want to be able to respond with c5 with c3. I don't typically like when I go c4 and then they go c5. It's kind of uncomfortable. Makes that pawn look a little bit silly. And then I will probably go bishop d3 here. It's a pretty decent diagonal. It's not like a King's Indian. All right. So going for this, whatever this is, they've blocked their own bishop in, which makes me think, well, they're going to have to fianchetto or something to get that bishop in. This looks pretty passive. I don't know how to punish it necessarily, but I think for now, we got to be careful because they are thinking of going, let's see here, takes. So that actually isn't possible. I can go bishop d3. e5 isn't possible. So I'm going to go bishop d3. Hopefully I can get away with that. Just want to keep an eye on that bishop, make sure I can take back with the queen, that knight is defended, and I don't like give up the g2 pawn. They really want e5. So I can drop the bishop back. It's never a terrible move. And then takes. Trying to think if I can add any more. I want to respond to this. I still don't think this is particularly good for black. I mean, their bishop is, they're not castling anytime soon, so I'm almost wondering if, like, I have a way bigger head in lead in development, but so if I drop back, he pushes. Yeah, I'm almost inclined to say that, like, taking is going to benefit me. So I'm just going to drop the bishop back, or opening up the position is just going to benefit me more than it is my opponent. It's still okay. H4 or just castles is possible, but he might launch a kingside attack. I feel like he's going to. He's going to castle short. I could go queen e2. I think I'm going to do that. I think we're going queen e2. If here, takes. We trade everything off, it still should be okay. I'm going to go queen e2. I could also castle long. This gives me the option to do both. And then I'm just going to try to trade off black's really best piece, especially if he castles long. Kind of discourages that because this forces a bishop trade. And then I can just maybe launch a queenside attack. So he does go e5. I don't think this really works because I don't see a good square to go to for my knights. Maybe just takes. I could pin. Let's go ahead and take that. I Could also just go e4. That is possible as well. However, it does keep my bishop kind of blocked in, but it's always keeping an eye on that there pawn. I need to do something because otherwise I'm getting forked. And my opponent is playing very fast. The only thing I don't like is knight c5. It's knight c5. But I could go here, and if there, then I just take. Where's the bishop going otherwise? Like here, I think I'm going to play this move. Challenge black a little bit. E4 looks like just a little bit passive. Like it gives black a lot of targets. He can jump in with the knight, get my bishop and the pawn. I'm just immediately going to try to trade off black's best piece and discourage him from castling long. And then I can castle long myself, put a rook immediately on that open d file. If he ever pushes, I'll just swing the knight to d4. That looks like a perfectly fine move. Even if he continues attacking to me, I don't think that's going to be very good for black. Okay, I'm expecting this. Knight d4. He does have that with tempo, so that's a little bit annoying. I can give a check. Yeah, so I think just give a check. You can't push. And if we go into an endgame, I think that's fine with me because also this is going to be hanging. E5 already is hanging. There's way too many attackers. So either he blocks with the queen and I win that pawn, or he blocks with like one of the knights. Because with this knight, I think I'm going to be aggressive and go queen c6, but I'm definitely looking to castle long here because look at this. Black is right, but I can take this pawn now. Only question is, do I get into any trouble? Takes. I mean, I would be a pawn up, and then I can just trade everything. This knight has no good squares to go to. So let's go ahead and do that. Just hoping I'm not missing anything here. But I can hopefully go into an endgame, a pawn up, castle long. Okay, now I can go here, though. That's going to be very hard to attack my queen. I got to keep the pin alive, otherwise I lose a piece, so. So like if takes, knight takes, I guess I'll castle long in that scenario. Put more pressure on the pin. I mean, he can't, so long as he can't castle. Wow. I'm almost tempted to like sack and go for the throat there, but I don't think that's the best move. We can take and castle long, and then we're putting a lot of pressure on that queen as well. Or we castle first. There's no need to, or we go rook d1 instead. Because maybe I want to castle kingside. Rook d1 looks pretty savage. Because the thing is, black still can't move that knight, and he can't attack my queen. So I can just kind of take my time here. Now I can trade everything off. But I can go take, and then here, So what if knight takes? If knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, looks fine. The queen can't ever recapture. Let's go ahead and take. This would be, I don't think that move is possible because I get that with check. Like I said, if the queen would ever take, I win the rook. And then I want to go knight c4. I can take, and I could just, yeah, so this just looks pretty bad for black, but I am getting low on time, so let's pick up the pace a little bit here. This prevents black from castling. And is just a free pawn. So that'd be a second pawn. And boy, if I can move my knight and get the rook there, this is looking pretty good for me. But I am down to 3 minutes, so it's time to start playing blitz style. Maybe even knight f3, knight e5. For some reason, I like the idea of knight f3 more. I could also just trade into an endgame. I'm up material, so I don't even need to. Let's just go knight f3 here. And then he can't ever really castle because this knight will be hanging unless he moves the knight. I was thinking about going queen c6. So okay. Takes. Can also just castle, because if he moves the knight anywhere, I can just snap the rook off. So let's just castle. There's no real discoveries. I'll just trade everything off, and then I'll be able to hit him with rook d1 check. Not sure about queen c6. It does pin that knight, makes it kind of uncomfortable. But he can still castle and he's not losing the knight. I'd have to double up on the d file, which I'll probably want to do anyways, but let's just, okay, so we'll just trade everything off. Give a check. And now, where does this knight want to go to now, though? I think I'm just going to activate the king. The knight can jump in here, but not too concerned about that. And if he brings the rook over, I mean, I'm just going to trade it off and go into an endgame. A pawn up. But I got to be fast here for sure. This knight would like to find a better square. But first I want to go king e2. Could actually go knight e... Well... If he pushes... I'll go knight d4. Maybe threaten to give a check so I can hope to get the rook in. If not, I'll just be tricky with my knight and try to win some pawns. Right. Okay, let's once again try to be careful with time. I'm threatening this. Unfortunately, that's kind of the only thing that I'm threatening. This doesn't work out too well. Just trying to be tricky. As is black. Okay. Now I can push because this is covered. Wow. I don't know what I'm doing. Down to 1 minute. I need to give some checks. Probably a bad move, but I'll trade off here. Okay. 41 seconds. I should still be able to pull this off, but let's be careful. Oof, down to the wire there. God, people play so fast and I'm so bad at time management. But you know what? It's always nice to like win because you won and not just because of time. But yeah, it was 10-minute games. All right, so we got a atypical setup here. I don't really know. Actually, maybe I do know what this setup is. E6 is what I don't know. Anyways, so this definitely threw me off here, but it looks like I played the opening still fairly well. I could have gone C3 there. E5, I was kind of looking at that as well, because obviously he wants to strike in the center, but I didn't see the direct follow-up, like takes. Oh, that's not possible. Oh, wait, what? What's the difference here between if I were to like... He brought the knight in, so he brought the knight in first before going E5. Takes was not an accuracy. Bishop A6 was best, so even here, bishop A6 was best. If he pushes, that actually doesn't do anything, because takes, knight takes F3, and I'm better. Okay. I kind of had the right idea, because I did find bishop A6, but it was later. Queen B5 check. I just won the pawn, so now white is definitely better. I think the rest of this was pretty clean. Like this just, it's another free pawn. It's preventing black from castling temporarily. Not taking, like I don't think this would be the best move. It's probably fine, but I don't know. It just helps black develop a little bit. And I want to say, you can take my queen on my terms. But yeah, black was pretty tricky here. I had to find a way to convert this. I also think they misplayed the ending, which is kind of silly because they have all the time they need to think and calculate. But here, I was actually kind of like, uh-oh, I gotta be careful of these pawns, especially because I didn't want to try to save that one. Apparently it doesn't like this. Here it wants rook a8. Okay. a7. And then if the king ever moves, I'm threatening to check and queen. So the king like has to stay under the cover of the pawns. Okay. And luckily I just saw that the rook like can't stop both pawns. So. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. There is a tournament tomorrow, Saturday at 3 p.m. UTC, which is 11 a.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Mountain time. If you guys want to join, check out the Discord server. There is a link in the YouTube description. And on Tuesday at, oh God, let me check the time, but I think it's 5:30 Mountain time or 7:30 Eastern time, I will once again be streaming a session with National Master Jesse Cohen and another fellow YouTuber. So make sure to check that out. The other YouTuber is Pillaging Pony Chess. Anyways, check that out. I'd love to see you guys on the stream. If you guys like this, please think about liking, subscribing, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.